Finally, these long, cold winter nights are back. This time of the year is my favorite time to do deep sky astrophotography. So tonight we will be doing a bit of astrophotography with the Askar SQA55 telescope. So I've already set up the equipment for tonight because tonight I'm planning to do a bit of astrophotography. Right at the back you can already see that there are no clouds. Tonight there will be a new moon, so the conditions are really perfect. Tonight there will be a very cold, long winter night, which means I can collect a very long exposure time, and the temperatures later on might drop to minus 10 degrees Celsius, so definitely quite challenging conditions for astrophotography, but I really enjoy doing astrophotography under these conditions. So tonight I'm planning to use this setup for astrophotography. You can see that the setup is still a bit frozen because I've used it last night for astrophotography, but tonight I'm planning to once again do deep sky astrophotography with the Askar SQA55 telescope. So you clicked on this video because you're interested in this telescope. If so, then this video will be quite helpful to you, because in this video I'll guide you through the process of capturing a deep sky object with this telescope. So later on I'll guide you through the process of capturing these objects, and tomorrow morning we'll check the images I've captured. So join me for a new night of astrophotography from my backyard. Before introducing the entire equipment, I would like to mention that this video is not sponsored, I am not being paid for it, and all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. But now, let's get started. So this is the setup that I'm planning to use for tonight. So the basis of this mount is the HEQ5 Pro Go-To mount. It's honestly a bit too big for this small telescope, but this is definitely quite good because then I can achieve a good guiding and good tracking later on. On the top I've attached the Askar SQA55 telescope, which is the telescope that I'm planning to use for tonight. So it's a quintuplet refractor telescope, which means it is specially designed for deep sky astrophotography. It has almost no chromatic aberration, and the stars do look very good even when using a full frame camera. But you will definitely see that later on when capturing a deep sky object with this telescope. This telescope has a focal length of 264mm, which is perfect for widefield astrophotography. At the back of this telescope, I've attached the CWO ASI 533 MZ Pro, which is a cooled dedicated astrophotography camera. In order to achieve great stars later on, I'll be using a guiding system, which is this 60mm guide scope. And at the back of this guide scope, I've attached the CWO ASI 120mm mini mono guiding camera. For controlling the entire setup, I'll be using the CWO ASI Air Pro. So this is the entire setup that I'm planning to use for tonight. Later on, I would like to talk about the object I plan to capture, or the object I plan to capture. Tonight I'm planning to go for an object that I haven't captured before, so I'm really interested and excited about how the image will turn out. So generally speaking, I'm planning to capture this object for around 2 nights, in order to be able to capture the longest possible exposure time, in order to be able to show you a great image at the end of this video. So this is actually everything I've planned to mention so far about this setup. So later on I'll guide you through the process of capturing the deep sky object. So the setup is already polar aligned, so it's already pointing to Polaris, and so later on we'll have to start the entire setup and point the telescope to the object that I'm planning to capture. So I'll see you later when capturing the images of the deep sky object. Hello everyone and welcome back. I am already out here and I can already see the first stars, so we can start imaging in a few minutes. So right now I've already done the polar alignment process, which means the telescope is already ready. Now we have to move the telescope to a bright star in order to focus the entire telescope so that we can start taking images. The camera, so the camera itself is already cooled down to minus 20 degrees Celsius, which means it's already ready for tonight's astrophotography session. Now I'm connecting the guiding camera as well so that we can start imaging. So now let's move the telescope to a bright star. I guess there are a few bright stars right now in the night sky. Well, now we can move the telescope to the bright star in order to focus the telescope. This star should be quite suitable for that. So let me center the star. And now let's go to. It's right now very cold out here. So it's very cold, so the temperatures might drop to minus 10 degrees Celsius tonight, which is extremely cold. So I really hope that I'll be able to capture some amazing images tonight, because the conditions will be perfect tonight. Let's see if it's centered right now. Perfect. Target is centered. So that's everything I've planned to mention so far. I collected data of the deep sky object over multiple nights in order to achieve the longest possible exposure time. In total, I was able to collect an exposure time of around 10 hours. After stacking and combining all the images I've captured, I was able to create this image of this deep sky object. Each single image has a total exposure time of 5 minutes. So generally speaking, I'm relatively happy with this image, but in the near future I'm definitely planning to capture this object once again with a longer focal length. If you have any further questions about my equipment or about the image, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments and I will definitely help you. If you would like to further support me, you can now become a member of my channel. Becoming a member of my channel would really support me and your support really means a lot to me. If this video was interesting and helpful to you, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching and until next time. Clear skies, Felix.